$370 billion. That is the money volume that may be entering the markets right now. If you are a trader only finding out about it now, keep watching.
You smell that? What is that?
Opportunity.
This is the information you can't afford to miss. In 2020, the US government sent stimulus checks to support Americans during the COVID-19 pandemic. Some used that money to pay the bills, some saved it, and some put that capital directly into markets. Asset classes all over the field appreciated in 2020. Commodities such as gold and silver went up 60% and 140%, respectively. Stocks like Tesla rose by 731%, and Ethereum and Bitcoin, seen as risk assets, rallied all the way to their all-time highs of $4,800 and $69,000. All this growth came from the same window, a financial cushion that coincided with synchronized buying across asset classes from commodities to stocks to crypto.
Why are you telling me this?
Well, because as you know, history rhymes, and we may be days away from a similar catalyst in 2026 that would bring a setup that experienced traders are already paying attention to. In July 2025, the Trump administration announced the tax refund it would distribute to Americans in Q1 of 2026. According to Scott Bessent, US Secretary of Treasury, the total tax refund amount is estimated to be between $100 and $150 billion. Piper Sandler projects the average refund this season could reach $4,151, over 3 times the average stimulus check in 2020. For the millions of people who already trade, that is real capital entering the market in a known window. This is the macro context you can't get from just reading the charts until it is too late. So stay with me to learn more about what is already moving and how experienced traders are reading it. On July 4th, 2025, Trump signed the One Big Beautiful Bill Act, officially Public Law 119-21, into law. But what does a tax bill have to do with trading?
Everything.
Back in 2017, Trump passed the Tax Cuts and Jobs Act, a sweeping set of tax cuts that had one critical flaw: they were set to expire. So the OBBBA made them permanent and then went further. Workers who earn tips can now deduct up to $25,000 per year. Those on overtime can deduct up to $12,500 or $25,000 for couples filing jointly. And beyond that, the SALT deduction cap was raised from $10,000 to $40,000. The child tax credit increased to $2,200, and seniors received a new $6,000 deduction. What this means in practice is simple. Millions of Americans who were taxed at the old higher rate throughout 2025 are now getting that money back all at once in the form of a refund. And that is exactly the event this video is about. And here's the part most people missed. These cuts applied retroactively from January 1st, 2025, the entire year. Because of that, many employers kept withholding taxes at the old higher rate throughout 2025, which means millions of workers may have overpaid for 12 months straight. And now the government is returning that money all at once to millions of people simultaneously. And historically, when large-scale synchronized liquidity has hit the hands of people who already trade, it has coincided with synchronized movement across markets. It happened before, and right now $136.5 billion is already moving. The question every trader needs to answer is,
where does it go?
Don't skip this part. This is what most traders haven't mapped. When a tax refund hits a bank account, most people do one of 3 things: pay down debt, put it in savings, or move it into the markets. The first 2 keep the money out of play, but historically a significant portion takes the third route, and it tends to move fast. Between February and April, nearly 29 million Americans may be receiving this money simultaneously, with the latest IRS data from March 9th showing $136.5 billion already distributed this season, and the average refund sitting at $3,739, up nearly 9% from last year. Piper Sandler, one of Wall Street's leading investment banks, projects the average could reach $4,151 before the season closes, with their total projection of $370 billion cited by Ways and Means Committee Chairman Jason Smith, the senior Republican congressman overseeing tax policy in Congress, making this the largest refund season in US history. When that volume of capital hits accounts simultaneously, a portion of it moves into brokers, exchanges, and commodities platforms, and historically it tends to flood in fast. Every trader who caught 2020 early had one thing the others didn't: context before the move. 2020 is the only comparable data point, the only time this kind of capital hit the hands of retail traders at scale. But 2026 is structurally different in three ways that change how you read the setup: who receives the money, who is already in the market, and what the US government itself now holds. Let's break each one down. First, the profile of the recipient. In 2020, the money was emergency relief. It went to everyone, including people who had never opened a trading account. In 2026, the money goes to people who already earn, save, and trade across crypto, commodities, and equities. And the market they trade is significantly larger than it was 5 years ago, according to the National Cryptocurrency Association. 55 million American adults now hold crypto, and more than half of them entered the market for the first time between 2020 and 2025. The potential buyer pool is not the same pool. Second, institutional infrastructure. In 2020, institutional players were largely on the sidelines. In 2026, Bitcoin ETFs alone have accumulated nearly $100 billion in assets. BlackRock's Bybit holds over $70 billion. Fidelity's FBTC holds $17.8 billion, and that institutional foundation is already paying attention to this season. Wells Fargo strategist Oh Sung Kwon, in a research note, flagged that a portion of this season's refunds could flow into risk assets within this refund window, naming Bitcoin and equities as possible destinations. That is not a prediction, it is the context experienced traders are already building their scenarios around. But the biggest structural difference, the one with no equivalent from the last cycle, is this. In 2026, the US government itself holds a strategic Bitcoin reserve. That is a signal that simply did not exist in 2020. And when the largest buyer pool in history meets the most institutionalized market in history, with government-level validation behind it, the context for this refund season is unlike anything traders have seen before. Now, what does this actually mean for a trader who's paying attention? 4 things, each one builds on the last. Most traders treat every week the same. They wait for a signal on the chart, react, and then wonder why they're always a step behind.
Why?
But markets have a calendar, and some weeks carry more fuel than others. The IRS refund window is one of those anomalies. It has a known opening February, a known peak mid-March to early April, and a known closing April 15th when the tax deadline arrives and the flow stops. That's not a prediction, that's a calendar.
Oh, that's why.
And it applies equally to crypto, commodities, and equities. Most traders look at price. The ones who get in early look at the calendar first, then price. Mark the window, watch volume across all markets in the weeks before April 15th. Most macro events don't come with an instruction manual. This one does. The OBBBA refund cycle isn't just seasonal, it's legislative. The retroactive application from January 1st, 2025, the IRS processing window, the April 15th deadline, none of this is projection, it's statute. That means the window has a known start, a known peak, and a known close that was written into law before the first dollar was distributed. Most macro trades require you to guess when the catalyst fades. This window has a statutory close date. Traders who operate around seasonality use the legislative timeline as their framework, not just the chart. This is where most traders misread seasonal liquidity. They treat it as the cause of a market move. It isn't, it's an accelerant. Think about it this way. You don't start a fire with gasoline, you start it with a spark. The gasoline makes it bigger, faster. Gold didn't wait for refund season to break all-time highs. It was already running on institutional repositioning, dollar weakness, and geopolitical demand, peaking at $5,602 in January 2026 and still holding above $5,100. Silver had already moved over 140% since 2025, driven by the same institutional rotation. Uranium sector stocks were up over 67% on structural energy demand. And Brent crude surpassed $119 during the Strait of Hormuz crisis, with trades reaching $126. Refund season doesn't create momentum, it arrives on top of it. And when new money flows into a market that's already trending, the move tends to extend, not reverse. The spark was already lit. Watch what the gasoline does. Everything we've covered, the calendar, the defined window, the trends already running, all of it comes together in one practical skill that separates traders who get in early from those who confirm too late. Price is the last thing to move. Before a candle breaks out, before a key level gets taken, something else shifts first. That is volume, the number of contracts changing hands, the weight of orders building on one side of the book. Pull up gold from April 2020, volume spiked before price moved, and BTC followed the same pattern, with volume building through April and May as money kept rotating in, different timing, same story. The traders who caught that move weren't smarter, they were watching a different number because price tells you what already happened and volume tells you what's coming. In the March to April window, traders who watch volume ahead of price have historically had more context when any move develops. On TradingView, the volume indicator shows this directly. 3 or more consecutive bars building above the 20-period average before price breaks a key level is the pattern experienced traders watch for. Not a guarantee, a framework. Now you have what most traders watching this market right now don't. The calendar that tells you when the fuel arrives, the window that tells you when it stops, the trends that were already running before the money hit, and the volume signal that moves before price does. That's the framework, but a framework only holds if you know what can break it and, more importantly, what to watch so you know when to adjust. There are 4 risks to this framework that every trader should understand before making any decision. Risk 1, this flow has an expiration date. It isn't a fundamental driver, it's temporary liquidity, and the core window is February through April. When May arrives, the context shifts and the market may feel it before the calendar confirms it. That applies to every asset touched by this flow, not just crypto. Define your exit before you enter. Temporary liquidity has a date, and that date belongs in every position you build regardless of the market. Risk 2, the Fed is watching. If consumer spending accelerates too sharply, inflation may return, and March and April CPI readings become the critical data points. If they come in hotter than expected, the scenario can change quickly across all risk assets. Mark the March and April CPI release dates now. Those readings are the scenario. Kill switch for every market in this thesis. Risk 3, not all of it reaches the markets. The projected total isn't distributed equally. According to Piper Sandler, the same Wall Street investment bank that projected the $370 billion season, the largest portion of OBBBA benefits goes to higher income households. That means a significant share may go to debt repayment, savings, or sit in cash rather than entering risk assets. Trade the context, size your position for what may actually flow, not the headline total. A useful rule: if the setup requires the full $370 billion to reach the market to work, the position is oversized. Risk 4, the IRS is watching too. 2026 is the first year Form 1 099-DA is fully enforced. Every major centralized crypto exchange now reports your transactions directly to the IRS automatically. If you're a crypto holder, speak with a tax professional before the April 15th deadline. The refund window and the capital gains window are the same window. This refund window is one piece of what 2026 has in motion. Gold already broke all-time highs, oil moved on geopolitics, uranium is running, stocks are repricing, and inside crypto, DeFi narratives are shifting, and Web3 infrastructure is still developing. The next video maps each of those, the context behind each move, where things stand now, and what it means for trading. One thing I'll tell you now, there's one asset in the TradFi space that's only on the radar of experienced traders with documented institutional positioning and retail volume that the data shows hasn't arrived yet. That's in the next video. Watch for it. That's the full picture. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed the video, click the like and subscribe to the channel for more macro overviews and professional trading materials. See you in the next one.